I spent 9 years in the Garden of Eden, and now I have to condemn my own father. My tongue still tastes like starlight and sin. I'm back. I think I'm back. The air in my apartment is thick with the smell of sandalwood incense and stale pizza, and my God, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever smelled. I'm sitting on the floor inside the salt circle I drew what feels like an hour ago. The chalk is still stark white against the warped floorboards. My throat is raw from screaming, or maybe from not speaking for a very, very long time. It's hard to say how long. In that place, time wasn't a river. It was a pond. You could dip your hand in anywhere and feel the same water. The sun only bled over the horizon when I felt the weight of sleep, and it would hang motionless in a perfect blue sky until my eyes opened again. I never felt hunger, not really, but I ate. Plums that tasted of memory, pears that burst with a flavor like forgotten music. Every tree offered its fruit the moment I thought of it, all but two. They stood in the center of it all, a knot in the perfect tapestry of the garden. One bore fruit like a gnarled golden quince. The other, a persimmon so dark it seemed to drink the light, its skin mapped with veins of black. I tried to leave. I walked for what felt like days in every direction, but the path always coiled back on itself, spitting me out right where I started, staring at those two damn trees. Every direction but one, east. Walking east was different. The air grew thin. The lush, impossible green of the grass faded to a brittle ochre. The trees became skeletal, their branches like grasping fingers. And then I saw it, shimmering in the distance against the washed-out sky. It was a pillar of wrongness, a storm of wings and eyes and fire, anchored to the dead earth. It had 4 faces, each one turning, looking everywhere at once. A lion, an ox, an eagle, and something that was almost human, but hollowed out, empty. A sword made of liquid flame pulsed in its grip, casting no heat. My legs went numb. I thought of the thing that chased me here, the screaming geometry that wore my brother's face. This was its kin. I started to back away, to run, but a sound filled my head. Not a sound I heard with my ears, but one that bloomed directly in my skull, a choir of breaking glass and tectonic plates shifting. Approach, son of Adam. The thought was not mine, but it was inside me. It felt ancient and heavy, like a mountain's patience. What are you? The words scraped my throat, small and stupid. I am the lock on the gate. I am the reason you may not return. Each face seemed to speak, but no mouths moved. The thoughts just appeared, fully formed, undeniable. Are you going to kill me? My voice was a child's whisper. A feeling washed through me, so powerful it buckled my knees. It was amusement, a vast, cosmic amusement, the way a person might feel watching an ant try to move a pebble. The pressure of it made my teeth ache. Your end is a single, frayed thread in a weave you cannot comprehend. I am not the weaver, I am the guard. How do I get out? I was on my hands and knees in the gray dust, shouting at a hurricane of feathers and eyes. You carried the key with you when you came. You broke the law of this place with a page and a flame. You sought knowledge. That is your curse, and it is your only escape. I can't just walk past you? I asked, a sliver of desperate hope in my chest. For the first time, it focused on me. All 4 faces, all of its countless eyes, fixed on me. It didn't send words, it sent a vision. It showed me what was on the other side of it. Not hell, not heaven. It was nothing. A silent, unmaking void. Not death, but the absolute certainty of never having been. The erasure of your soul from the fabric of existence. I saw my own consciousness unravel like a cheap sweater, thread by thread, until there was only the black. I scrambled backwards, crab walking in the dust, until the vision faded and I was just me again, shaking and crying. I knew what it meant. I knew what I had to do. I ran back to the green heart of the garden, my bare feet pounding on the soft earth. Back to the 2 trees, the golden quince and the black persimmon. My hands trembled as I reached out. My left arm, the one the other angel had withered, was a useless, twisted thing. I used my right, my fingers brushing against the smooth, cool skin of the quince, then the strange leathery hide of the persimmon. I plucked one of each. Holding them was electric. My whole body hummed. This was it. One would give me life without end, trapping me in this perfect silent prison forever. The other was knowledge. The key, the poison, and the cure. I didn't know which was which. I closed my eyes, the smell of ozone and wet earth filling my lungs. I made a choice. I bit into the quince. The world shattered. It wasn't a flood of images of my life. It was the universe itself, pouring into the cracked cup of my mind. I tasted the color of gravity. I saw the sound of a star being born a billion light years away. I felt the slow, grinding decay of mountains and the frantic, brief life of a mayfly, both at the same instant. Time wasn't past, present, future. It was just is. A single, deafening chord of existence. And in that chord, I saw the truth of things, not good or evil, just cause and effect. Actions and their echoes, rippling through everything. Then I was on my floor. The chalk circle, the humming fridge, the smell of my own sweat. For a second, just a second, I thought, it worked. The herbs, the ritual, a week-long hallucination. Then I saw them on the floor beside me. The black persimmon, whole and untouched. And the golden quince, with a single perfect bite taken out of it. I reached for it, and a phantom agony shot up my withered arm. The scars on my wrist, usually pale and silvery, were glowing with a faint, sickly light. I scrambled for my phone. The battery was at 1%. The screen lit up, and my stomach turned to ice. I drew the circle on October 31st, 2016. The date on the screen is November 9th, 2025. 9 years. The incense stick in the burner has an inch of ash, but it's still smoking. The half-eaten burrito on my desk looks exactly as I left it. Nothing has aged, nothing has moved, only me. I don't know what to do. I don't know who to call. I spent so long in that place just wanting to see my family again. My dad, he was sick when I left. Chemo. I was so scared. But that's the thing, I'm not scared anymore. Because I know. I look at the picture of him on my phone's lock screen, and I don't just see my father. I see the threads of his life. I see the choices he made, the quiet cruelties, the secret selfishness. They aren't memories, they're a stain. A dark, tangled rot deep in the core of him. Something the sickness can't touch. I know he's alive. And I know, with a certainty that feels like a stone in my gut, where he's going when he dies. Then my eyes fall to the fruit on the floor next to me, the black persimmon, the tree of life. I know what I have to do. I know what I can give him. An escape, a cure for everything. And I can see, with this horrible new clarity, exactly what that will make me.